Hey everybody, it's Stefan, the Old World Gamer, and Scott is back with us this week.
Oh my god, he's
Hey,
so...
what's up, folks? Finally back from all of my delays and what, so happy to be here again.
Host, Mr. Six and Ghosty, who was our co-host for the past 2 weeks, Thank you as well for that. He co-hosted in Scott's stead, so thank you very much for that. And for those looking for him on Twitch, that would be Six and Ghosty. So, believe it or not, this is the second time. We got past Scott's first article, and then apparently because I opened Snip to let you guys know what music we're playing, it decided, yeah, no, Scott doesn't need audio anymore.
Yeah, we kind of got through like 75% of my news before we realized that, hey, nobody can hear me. So, we're going to get through as many of these articles, giving you guys genuine reactions as we possibly can, but we've kind of read these already. So, forgive us if we kind of sound like that we've already talked about this before, because we, kind of talked about this before. But, so, yeah. Trust me, I'm happy to be back.
Happy to have you back, sir.
I was saying the first time, I've just been like looking at the time. It's like podcast. Let's do it. Yes. Fine. So, anyway, we're gonna jump right into the first article. So we're gonna be going on the slightly controversial subject of Blitzchung's suspension from Hearthstone. Blizzard announced overnight that it will give Blitzchung Ing-Y back his prize money and his suspension will be shortened. Earlier this week, Blizzard removed Hong Kong player Blitzchung from the Hearthstone Grandmasters, stating that he violated competition rules. The company also took back prize money earned from Season 2. Now the company has halved the suspension and returned Blitzchung's prize money after mounting pressure from many, including Blizzard employees, Hearthstone players and casters, activists, and the gaming collective. In statements released Friday evening, Blizzard President J. Allen Brack said the company's relationships in China had no influence on its decision to ban Blitzchung, and that in retrospect it reacted too quickly. The company now has deviated from a 1-year suspension for a 6-month suspension, and the casters from the footage have also been given a 6-month suspension instead of outright termination. Over the weekend, Blitzchung used the segment to make a statement about the situation in Hong Kong, in violation of rules he acknowledged and understood, and this is why we took action, said Brack. Every voice matters, and we strongly encourage everyone in our community to share their viewpoints in the many places available to express themselves. However, the official broadcast needs to be about the tournament and to be a place where all are welcome. In support of that, we want to keep the official channels focused on the game. Brack said Blitzchung used the official esports tournament broadcast as a platform to share his views with the world instead of focusing on the tournament. As far as hired casters, they are supposed to stay focused on the tournament and the players and not deviate from the subject. The specific views expressed by Blitzchung were not a factor in the decision we made, according to Brack. I want that to be clear. Our relationships in China had no influence on our decision. We have these rules to keep the focus on the game and on the tournament to benefit benefit of a global audience, and that was only a consideration in the actions we took. If this had been opposing viewpoint delivered in the same divisive and deliberate way, we would have felt and acted the same. We want to ensure that we maintain a safe and inclusive environment to all players and that our rules and processes are clear. All of this is in service of another important Blizzard value: play nice, play fair. In the tournament itself, Blitzchung played fair. We now believe he should receive his prizing. We understand that for some of this is not about the prize, and perhaps for others it is disrespectful to even discuss it. This is not our intention, but playing fair also includes appropriate pre- and post-match conduct, especially when a player accepts recognition for winning in a broadcast. When we think about the suspension, 6 months for Blitzchung is more appropriate, after which he can compete in Hearthstone Pro Circuit again if he so chooses. There is a consequence for taking conversation away from the purpose of the event and disrupting or derailing the broadcast. Brack said that moving forward, Blizzard will continue to apply the tournament rules to ensure official broadcasts remain focused on the game and are not a platform for divisive, social, or political views. In response, Blitzchung said during a stream he was pleased Blizzard reconsidered his lengthy ban, however he feels 6 months is still a long suspension. He also stated Blizzard should reconsider the casters' punishments. He is also unsure at present whether he will compete in Hearthstone once again his suspension ends. In his stream, he also stated that he appreciated the support for those boycotted Blizzard games. For those who didn't, that was also fine too, and could affect their jobs. He also expressed his gratitude toward those that support Hong Kong. All right, so the as we discussed this earlier, I think the suspension is too long, but the acquisition of prize money is sort of also wrong. So the point that I made earlier is that in games like TCGs, 6 months and a year are a very long time, and card games such as Hearthstone, Magic, Smite, Eternal, Gwent, all those sort of games change frequently. They change often, and a year is way too long. I also think 6 months is too long. I think a 3-month suspension is correct. I am on both sides of the coin of this, where I think that 6 months is too long, and I think that a suspension is necessary. However, I think that in awarding Blitzchung his prize money, it incentivizes other people to go, oh, hey, as long as I'm getting my money, I'm free to say what I want and just take it.
At the same time, I
don't think that that's right.
As I was saying before, it was a year. Be happy that it's been halved. Not only that, but those other people that you were talking about, where they should have their suspensions, the casters' punishments should be, lifted or shortened. They were going to be terminated. So you should be happy regardless. Not only that, but again, I don't know Blitzchung. I don't know how much weight he has in that community. Obviously, he's a good player and people follow him. But this also takes him down a peg, letting him know, like, listen, you can't just go and do whatever the hell you want just because you're this good player in this certain game. Like, that's like Ninja doing the same thing, but I'm sure Twitch would probably overlook that more than likely. But that's the thing, is that these bigger people, you have to use them as an example, and they're what people are watching more than anything else. So if they're doing something wrong, you've got to, don't just say, oh, well, because they're doing this for our game, then we're not going to say anything to them, or we're going to, treat them a little bit better and stuff. Like, no. You would treat them the same way as you treat every fucking player of your game. Plain and simple. They shouldn't get any special treatment. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't do it. He might have just said, in passing, like, oh yeah, the situation over here, and blah, 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 and just talked about it, and that's fine. But again, because it's, at this certain event and stuff, then yeah, there was no need for it. But he probably just said it in passing, more so than like, oh, I'm going to go to this event and I'm going to make sure I talk about Hong Kong and what's going on over here. Probably didn't do it on purpose. So, so that side of it I do understand as well. But yeah, considering that they were going to terminate those other people, that they were going to give you a ban for a year, be happy that they shortened it at all.
Alright, so moving on, Street Fighter V is not dead yet, according to Capcom. Street Fighter V is indeed getting new content. We're going to learn more about it before the end of the year. At the Brazil Game Show this week, Yoshinori Ono revealed that new Street Fighter V announcements will be made in November and December. Ono took the stage to discuss the Intel World Open tournament and specifically mentioned characters and content amongst the announcements fans should expect. You want to see new characters, right? You want new content too, and I'm sure that's what you're all thinking, said Ono. Well, about that, we're going to have new information to present to you in regards to that at the Capcom Cup North American Finals in November and that Capcom Cup in December, so if you could please just stay patient until then. Capcom Cup North American Finals take place November 16th and 17th, whereas the Capcom Cup is scheduled for December 13th through 15th. This is when we're going to get Street Fighter V news, but it's not yet clear exactly what will be revealed. Event all over the place. It's like you go Street Fighter 1, cool. Street Fighter 2, awesome. Street Fighter 3, oh, what's the next part of the story? Oh, this is a prequel. Well, what the fuck? Now Street Fighter 4, it's like, oh, where does this lie? It's like, okay, well, okay, now Street Fighter Alpha. Okay, why is Charlie not dead? What the fuck's going on?
So, welcome to yet another series that follows the Legend of Zelda timeline.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, it needs something a little bit more comprehensive than just be like, hey, here's just this new thing. Here's recognizable characters, whatever. So, all right, anyway, moving along. Yeah, I know. We're going to click a new thing, and I'm hoping somebody's here to let us know that we're still hearing things. But know that
you're still there. I just unmuted just for that.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, the scariest Halloween costume of 2019 is here. Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you. It's the movie Sonic the Hedgehog. It would tear your soul apart. Following the release of Sonic the Hedgehog movie images and trailers that reduced Sega's mascot to a laughingstock, merchandise for the now delayed movie looks equally terrifying. Here's a mask you can wear to scare the neighborhood pedophile. Imagine this bearing down on you. That. Imagine that. Look into those eyes and tell me you don't see evil incarnate.
Oh, God.
It's available on Amazon for $49.
And that's even more ridiculous. This is $49.
$49.
Yeah, I would sooner keep my. Look how well painted those eyes are, though, with the streaks of shitty dark green and like some white showing through it. That's $49. How come it's not $490? That's a better question. Oh my God, this is like art. How is this even should just make the one mask and put it in a museum? That's how fantastic that is. Jesus Christ.
I can imagine like somebody. I kind of want to see this. I want to see this live. I want to see one person in my like the local area when I go take my kids trick or treating. I want to see one person wearing this mask. I want to see this, and I want to see how many people are within 10 yards of them. Because I know I don't want to be. I know I want to see it from a distance. I don't want to see this shit up close. I want to see this from far away. Because I want nothing to do with this shit. Because, like,
no, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
No,
it's not even painful.
Anyway, no, it's not. It's just it's a nightmare, and it's just. I mean, take a look at like where the eye holes are. Look at it. Look where the eye holes are. It's like that alone is. Go down to the second picture, and look. The eye holes are literally like in the. What the? Why? What the fuck? I don't know. I don't get it. Moving on. So Apple is now selling Xbox One controllers through its online store.
Good.
Apple, now the PS4 and Xbox controllers can be used with iOS devices. Apple is selling Xbox One controllers through its online shop. One will run you $59.95, which isn't the best price around. You can pick one up cheaper through Amazon, Best Buy, or Walmart. At present, it's unknown whether Apple will also sell the controller at its retail stores, but that it could eventually become the case. As GI Biz notes, the DualShock 4 controller isn't listed on the Apple site. This could possibly occur in the future. Maybe. Apple recently launched Apple Arcade with over 50 titles. For $4.99 per month, you will be able to play over 100 titles ad-free. You can also start playing one on Apple device and pick up on another and play on or offline. It's available now on iPhones running iOS 13 and coming soon to iPad, Mac, and Apple TV.
And honestly, I don't see why they wouldn't do this. Like,
yeah, I mean, this
is something they should have been doing for a while. And like I was saying before, like, I don't understand why the companies are against each other anymore. I mean, there is no real competition as much as, hey, Xbox is finally putting out this game from this series that you've all been waiting for. Sony's finally putting out this game from this series that you've all been waiting for. Nintendo is doing this from this series that you're waiting for. Like, they've all got their own specific zones now, and it's not like, oh, like, we gotta sell more than Xbox. No, you've got all solid audiences who want your, the good games that you're putting out for each of them. It's about time you stop fucking feuding with each other and just do your own shit. I mean, Apple is now selling it good. They should. What? I mean, it's like I was saying before. It's better than them making a new controller for their fucking platform. That would be so terrible. Like, why do you need to go through the trouble of making something that you've never done before when there's already good, perfectly good options that people are used to and people would rather have anyways?
Yeah, especially like if you're going to make a controller for your iOS devices that are only good for your iOS devices. Like
I was saying before, I don't want a controller that I have to hook up with some new fancy new dongle that only goes into an Apple device. To me, I'm done with that kind of bullshit. Just give me one universal thing and that's it. Let's go.
Yep, fair enough. All right, so
universal serial bus.
The number 2 on my list of things that I've wanted to talk about today, Steam will soon make it possible to play local multiplayer games online. Valve is working on a new feature for Steam that will allow games with local multiplayer modes to be played online. Remote Play Together is the name of a new Steam feature currently in the works at Valve. The company announced it on the Steamworks site, which is only accessible to developers. News, however, of Remote Play Together got out on the Unity forums as well as through developer chatter on Twitter. In simple terms, the feature allows 2 or more players to play local multiplayer games online together. Valve intends for all games with local co-op to support Remote Play Together by default, and that they include split-screen games. For this to work, only the host player needs to own the game. Steam will handle the rest, though you're going to need a decent upload speed to set this up. Remote Play Together supports up to 4 players per game. Those on the other end will be able to stream gameplay at 1080p 60 FPS. It uses the same tech in Steam's Remote Play, which allows anyone to stream their collection of games to a different device over the internet. Valve says the Steam overlay should make this process seamless, as if the other player is in the same room. Any controllers connected to the second player's computer will act as if they're plugged directly into the first computer. Remote Play Together is entering beta on October 21st, which is when Steam users will be able to try it out. This is fantastic news for games such as Enter the Gungeon, which do not support online co-op but feature local multiplayer modes. It'll be interesting to see if latency is going to be an issue for some of the more frenetic games. This is so embarrassingly overdue.
Yeah, this should have been done 10 years ago for sure.
Oh my god. I don't understand how this hasn't happened before now. It's just
And honestly, I think some of the indie developers are to blame for some of this as well, because why in this day and age are you putting your games in local multiplayer? This is not 95. We're not working with LAN anymore. We're working with full fucking internet where everyone has Wi-Fi basically in their pockets 24/7. So if you're not doing online multiplayer, I know it's hard. All right, I know that you just went and done a game. You don't want to do this, net conversion work or whatever the hell kind of programming stuff that you have to do for it.
Net coding and stuff.
But there's people that you can hire. There's people that are probably there with your publisher who can help you with this. They can find you someone to help you with online multiplayer, especially if your game looks like it's meant or could be very well adapted to multiplayer.
Absolutely. And for what it's worth, netcoding has become easier than it's ever been.
Yes, of course it has.
I mean,
but again, if you're burnt out from doing your own game over the past couple of years or months or whatever, I understand that. But again, hire someone. If in the long run, it'll probably be worth it, and you'll probably sell more because people are like, great, I can play with Scott down in Philadelphia, United States, while I'm here in Newfoundland, Canada. Great.
Right.
This is what we like to do. Like you were saying with Diablo.
Oh, God, yeah. But there were some days where it's like, okay, how do we get Hamachi to work? How do we get the game
like
to
you
work?
shouldn't have to
work?
depend on Hamachi to do that to begin with.
No, especially since like technically, I believe the Diablo 1 BattleNet servers are still active, for what that's worth. Yeah. But that's not the point. The point is that these games should be able to go, okay, hey, I want to play with player A. They're on my friends list. Click this person. Boom. We're playing the game. There should not need to be an outside source to make these sort of things work. You know, you shouldn't need Hamachi to do this sort of stuff.
And quite honestly,
these games
we shouldn't have had to wait for Steam to do it either. And that's what I'm saying, is that if your game was put into local multiplayer, you should have went the extra step to do online. I know it would have took a bit longer, but it would have been worth it, and people would be more appreciative towards it as well. At least that's what my opinion is on it.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like, I can only say it's overdue. Yeah. It's so painfully overdue. And this should have been something that should have been included eons ago. Just being able to play. I mean, yeah, developers at this point have to understand that the day and age of like having 15 people over at your house and huddling over a console, those days are mostly over. I'm not saying that they're gone, because they still do exist.
And you can still do your online multiplayer games as local co-op. That's fine.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that if you offer the local co-op, offer the online co-op.
Yep, absolutely. All right, something that I feel that Steve and you are both going to be happy to hear about. Rocket League's Halloween event this year is Stranger Things themed. Stranger Things continues its video game crossovers with a new event in Rocket League. Rocket League's Halloween event, Haunted Hollows, will this year feature a crossover with Stranger Things. The event will kick off Monday, October 14th, after the launch of the game's October update. Available until November 11th, Haunted Hollows will bring up an updated version of the Farmstead Arena, themed after the Upside Down dimension from the Netflix series. Along with the new arena, you'll also find new skins and trails for the game's cars. As with all Rocket League events, the Haunted Hollows event store will be available during the duration of the event. There you will be able to buy exclusive content using candy corn, which you will earn by playing between October 14th and November 11th. I've looked through these skins. They all look pretty cool. You know, I'm no Rocket League player, but you know, I can appreciate.
For these events, to get the candy corn and stuff, you have to play people online, which, as most people know from when I play, I don't do a lot of online competitive because I'm just not into competitive a lot. But gotcha. Steve does it a lot, so he's more likely to unlock a lot of the stuff for it, which is cool because we can still see a lot of it then as well.
Yeah. So, like I said, these things look cool, and you have like 4 weeks to go hash out those candy corn. So. Good luck with all you Rocket League players. A little bit of sad news. Xbox corporate vice president Mike Ybarra is leaving Microsoft. Mike Ybarra, one of the few recognizable faces at Xbox, is departing Microsoft. Xbox corporate vice president Mike Ybarra has announced that he is moving on from Microsoft after 20 years. Ybarra broke the news on Twitter and has since received an outpouring of his support from Phil Spencer and other top Xbox employees, not to mention fans. Although the Microsoft veteran didn't say where he's going next, he did tease he will continue to be in gaming as he works to try and make gaming better for everyone, promising to reveal more about his next adventure soon. Thank you for your many contributions to Microsoft and Xbox. You have been a strong advocate for our fans from day one, and have consistently driven to keep gamers at the center of everything that we do. All of us at Team Xbox wish you the best, wrote head of Xbox Phil Spencer. In his tenure at Microsoft, Ybarra served as many leadership positions: General Manager of Xbox Live, Xbox Partner Studio Manager, Corporate Vice President of Program Management at Xbox are all the roles that led him to oversee Xbox Live, Game Pass, and Mixer beginning in 2017. Of all the things that we talked about the first time through here, we basically were just like, he's probably gonna like do his own like publishing thing, or maybe like possibly start his own studio or something
actually,
like
looking
that.
back on that little thing that they said that what he teased about trying to make games better for everyone, I don't suppose he's going to go and work with something like the ESRB or something.
Maybe. I mean, that's a possibility, but I don't know. That just kind of seems like a... Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. It could be anything. I mean, it's going to be something in gaming. My guess is that he's probably going to start his own publishing thing, like a Game Pro magazine or whatever like that, or whatever those are the other magazines. I don't get any of them, so I don't remember what their name is, Game Informer or whatever. But you know, so good luck in the future, Mike Ybarra. We'll definitely keep an eye on what you're going to be doing. Moving on, Sony patent shows a PSVR which supports Bluetooth and transparent view. Sony may have promised to continue supporting current PlayStation VR headsets, but that shouldn't keep it from releasing an updated version. A patent for a new PlayStation VR model filed in February has surfaced via Let's Go Digital. What's most interesting is that the headset is wireless, which means it would take advantage of Bluetooth. Another interesting note is that in the patent, it's transparent view, which would allow users to see their surroundings instead of being completely blacked out. The view would, of course, dissipate as the game is started, but transparency would also make it possible for AR-style apps and games. Images in the patent also show two front-facing cameras, one in the back of the headset and one included in a Move-style controller. Another camera is also shown as an additional option similar to the current PS camera. A separate camera would be able to analyze and track movement from the head-mounted display. It also makes note in the patent of the option for two separate displays, one for each eye. Sony has yet to announce it's working on a new iteration of PSVR, but if it is, we'll likely hear more about it closer to PlayStation 5's launch in holiday of 2020. So the things that we were discussing about this first time around is that this would make for some really cool AR games.
A lot of cool
like being
AR
able
games.
to like there are like so many things you could possibly do with this, especially like if they want to try to use it alongside with transparency mode. I think that they would be able to like just make some out of this world AR
Well,
games.
the Minecraft AR wouldn't be solely with the Google Glass and stuff then, I guess.
Right.
That would be nice.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's along those same lines. And another thing that I was talking about is that it's for the two separate displays, one for each eye. I think that would make for some like interesting gameplay for like, let's say, mech style games, where like if you have like a transparent eyeglass piece over one eye, being able to get displayed information over that glass eyepiece, and then being able to see out into space with your other eye will be like, ooh, this is going to be like some really interesting stuff to be able to be like, hey, I've got my scouter. What does the scouter say about his power level? Blah, blah, blah. You know, that sort of stuff. I think it would make for some really cool interactions, being able to have things displayed in one eye and then having other things in another. I think that would be just like, ooh, just like thinking about that just kind of gives me some like VR chills, you know what I'm saying?
Now, and myself, as I mentioned the first time we went through this, I actually done a tech thesis based on a optical device that included a lot of the different things that's included on this. The two front-facing cameras were a big thing as well for archaeological engineering, for geologists. There was a bunch of different things that you could use the device for originally. So knowing that, I know that what they have implemented and planned for this new device is that eventually they'll be able to add future tech and you further implement the use of the device even better and more.
Right.
So yeah, there's countless opportunities they have with this if they're going to do it this way. This is going to be exciting to actually watch and see what they do with it now.
So it's going to be a little bit down the line. So it's probably going to be like another 6 months before we hear about this again. But I definitely want to keep an eye out on this because like I said, the two separate eye display thing really gets those brain juices going. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. Moving on, Doom Eternal has been pushed back to March. It will not be making its previously announced November release date. Id Software has just announced. The game is instead shifting to a March 20th release date on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. The Nintendo Switch version is also no longer releasing a day and date on other platforms, and will instead arrive at some point later. Rounding out today's announcements is the fact that Invasion Mode, which allows you to invade the campaign of other players, will not be part of the package at launch. Invasion will now be added to Doom Eternal in a free update coming post-launch. To make up for this trio of bad news, id Software has announced that Doom 64 is now a free pre-order bonus for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Doom 64 will now also release March 20th on all 4 platforms, which is likely to disappoint Switch fans expecting the game this November. Again, I've said this before about other things that have been delayed. I'm all right with it.
Yep. Just means they can refine the game.
Yep. Giving a game more time to become, more epic. So the relation that I made with it, is that like Bloodstained. Bloodstained took a really long time to get here, but in all of the delays, they were constantly showing us exactly how different the game was over the time that they've been given. And from like what they started with to what we have now is a stark difference.
Oh God, yes.
I'm very happy that they took the extra time that they did. Artistically, musically, everything, like just beautiful game. It doesn't come without its flaws, but it got to us exactly what I wanted it to be, like a Symphony of the Night, predecessor. You know what I'm saying? So I want like id Software to have all the time that they need to make sure that they give us Doom game that's of Doom quality. You know what I'm saying? Like Doom 3, I feel was like when they said, "Hey, we're gonna do Doom 3," and everybody got super excited for it, and they kind of rushed it. That's the perfect example of what not to do. So be careful and just take your time and make sure that you give us a game that's like the last Doom was, which was bueno. The last Doom was very good. So make sure that's what you get,
it just gives them time to fix bugs or anything like that, so they don't have people complaining for those 5 months instead. I mean, complaining about, I don't have my game right now is not as bad as, your game is crappy because this is happening, and I got stuck here, how come you guys haven't fixed this? And,
It's on the same line of like Invasion Mode not coming out with the game. That's also fine because you want to be able to make sure that the game is going to be smoothed out to the point where now it can handle Invasion Mode. So I'm okay with all these delays. Just make sure you take the time to refine the game so that it is of the Doom quality that I expect as one of probably the most fanatical Doom fans you will probably ever find anywhere.
Banana.
So. Okay, so remember when I said that this the Steam thing giving us like the co-op multiplayer online thing was the number 2. This is number 1. One Punch Man, the hero nobody knows, is headed for closed beta. One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, is coming to closed beta next month. The upcoming fighting game from developer Spike Chunsoft will enter into closed beta starting November 1st through November 4th, publisher Bandai Namco announced today. Check below for the full schedule. There's 4 days, Friday, Saturday, blah, blah, blah. If you want to check out this multiplayer PvP, whack around some AI in single player, or just play around with its character customization feature, you'll be able to claim code for the game starting October 30th. Closed beta for One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, is only available to Epic Loyalty Program members, however, and will be on a first-come, first-served basis. One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, is coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC. No word on an official release date yet. Oh my god. So, let's just head this off with, if you haven't seen One Punch Man yet, go do yourself a service. Take and the series isn't really even that long either.
It's only 2 seasons.
How many episodes? Punch Man. Like, it's not even that long. It's 24 plus 7 OVAs. So it's not even like one of those things that's going to take you forever, you know? So go do yourself a favor and go watch One Punch Man. Because it is honestly in my top 5 animes of all time. And I absolutely love Saitama as a character. He's just...
Where he puts him underground, it's just too good, man.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about. It just looks so amazingly cool. Like, just being able to, like, play as some of, like, the One Punch Man characters is going to be neat. But I think, like, playing as, like, a C-class hero, and then just having, like, the actual hero show up and be like, alright, you're crap, boom, get punched aside, and let the real heroes do the work. Oh, so cool. I love it. So, I am definitely going to do my very best to get into this beta, and if I do get into it, trust me, I am going to be streaming the ever-living fuck out of this.
No, I'm a big fan of the anime too. I only just recently got to watch it. Loved it. It's one of the more comical animes I've watched recently. So, and again, just because how overpowered he is, and just how like ridiculous he can be, it's just you gotta watch it. Game Hunter, just go fucking watch. God damn, watch the whole goddamn thing.
Do not let the animation mess with how good.
Because that's what kept me away from it for so long. And I was like, fine, that's the same thing that happened with One Piece. I don't really know which One Piece looks stupid. No, I fucking love that show now. So same thing with One Punch Man.
So good.
It's so good.
It is so good. It is so amazingly good. Just kind of just ignore the fact that the animation does what it does, and then just keep up with the fact that it's just so good as an animation or as an anime. Just like, it's top 5 in my book. It's God, just go watch it. Go watch it. All right. Moving on from that, Overwatch is getting a tie-in young adult movie. I'm sorry, my cat is doing strange.
Don't worry about it. I was watching the spider going down my wall earlier, and I'm not a fan of spiders, so I'm just like, I know he's back there somewhere, or he could be walking towards me, and I'm just like,
she was chasing something. I don't know.
I wish I had a cat to give chase after the fucking spider.
Anyway, Overwatch is getting a tie-in young adult novel about Effie Oladele, Orissa's creator. Overwatch lore fiends are going to get a whole new novel's worth in 2020. Scholastic Inc. is publishing the Hero of Numbani. Hero of Numbani, marked as the first Overwatch book on May 5th, 2020. Page for it has appeared on Amazon and was spotted by Polygon. It is being written by Nikki Drayton, whose previous works entitled The Prey of Gods, Temper, a Novel, and Delightfully Twisted Tales. Here's a complete description from the store page. In the technologically advanced African city of Numbani, it is in the not-so-distant future, humans live in harmony with the humanoid robots known as Omnics. When a terrorist tries to shatter that unity, a hero named Effie Oladele rises. Effie has been making robots since she was little, machines to better her community and improve people's lives. But after she witnesses Doomfist's catastrophic attack on the city's OR-15 security robots, Effie feels the call to build something greater, a true guardian of Numbani. While Doomfist sows discord between humans and Omnics, Effie engineers an intelligent and compassionate robot, Orissa, named after the powerful spirits who guide her people. Orissa has a lot to learn before she's ready to defeat Doomfist, but Effie has some learning to do too, especially when it comes to building and being a hero. With Doomfist rallying his forces and the military powerless to stop him, can Effie mold Orissa into the hero of Numbani before it's too late? This action-packed novel features fan-favorite characters Effie, Orissa, Doomfist, and Lucio, in an all-new, original story straight from the minds of Overwatch game team and critically acclaimed author Nikki Drayton. As the title is published by Scholastic, we anticipate a novel aimed at younger readers, but we'd expect that Overwatch fans will want to read it for new bits of lore anyway.
Well, of course, for younger readers, but fucking Scholastic.
Yeah. Dude, I don't understand why this hasn't happened before now. Overwatch has a lot of lore in it. It has a lot.
Mm-hmm. Lots of
periodically, every once in a while, you'll get like a 10-minute short story from Blizzard like explaining some characters' backstories. Like I will say, like May's backstory. Oh my god! Oh, that was so good. Like just learning about like what causes her to be in the situation she's in now. Oh, it was really powerful, really strong. And it's like, all right, we need to do this for everybody now. But there needs to be deeper stories. Like, why was May there in the first place? You know, who are the people he was with? You know, so like, even as just like an FPS, there's like so much that could go into like novels like this. Like, I have the entire series of Resident Evil novels just sitting over wherever they're sitting over there, and the Resident Evil novels are really good. You know, they kind of go along with the game. You know, they kind of just, but there's like little extra details of, you know, what happens between specific characters, and you learn a little bit more about Wesker or Jill and stuff like that. So I think that they can really take advantage of such a lore-rich game as Overwatch and make some more stuff like this, like books and novels and stuff like that. You know, or make a movie. Trust me. If there was an Overwatch movie, I'm relatively sure lots of people would go watch it. I know I would.
I don't know. It seems like when they do video game movies, they do not do as well as they could.
Yeah.
The only movie that I can think of that actually done well, and I don't think they actually released it in the theater, was that Final Fantasy one, the Advent Children one.
Oh, Advent Children.
That was actually pretty good, but I mean...
That was a good movie.
I'm pretty sure it didn't come out in theater. It just released directly on video, which was fine.
Well, we got other Final Fantasy movies that we're not going to talk
Spirits
about.
Within. But if that wasn't called Final Fantasy, everyone would have been fine with it.
It would have been a fine movie, but it was a Final Fantasy movie, so it wasn't. Anyway, moving right along. Dr. Kawashima's brain training game is coming to the Switch.
That is awesome.
So there's an update to the story that I'll read first. An October 11th YouTube video from Nintendo UK officially announced Dr. Kawashima's brain training will drop January 3rd, 2020. Until now, we only knew that brain training was coming to the Switch in Japan, as a Japanese trailer was released at the beginning of October. The UK trailer confirms the game will be available elsewhere and will also give us an idea of its features. The announcement trailer and the official review confirmed that the game will feature classic and new challenges, some of which will make use of the Joy-Con's IR motion camera. Here's some of the challenges that will be included in Dr. Kawashima's brain training. Finger calculations with the Joy-Con IR motion camera. Solve math problems using your fingers. Rock, paper, scissors. Using the Joy-Con IR motion camera, try to win rounds of rock, paper, scissors. Word scrambles. Photographic memory. Dual task, leap over hurdles while choosing the biggest number. Bird watching.
Sudoku.
Hand over Joy-Con to a friend to compete and count the birds the fastest. Box counting, share a Joy-Con and compete to try to remember the number of boxes. There's also a way to calculate your brain age score by completing a series of back-to-back exercises that will challenge your information processing speed, short-term memory, and self-control. The woman in the trailer didn't seem at all pleased with her brain age revealed to be 62. I'm not going to read the original story. I love Brain Age.
Me too, dude.
I love that game. If you guys haven't played, if you didn't play Brain Age, it was for the Nintendo DS, and it was nothing more than just kind of like a little game with mathematical and word exercises that kind of kept your mind, flowing, and it kind of like there were competitive portions to it where it was like, how fast can you do 100 math problems? How fast can you do 500 math problems?
That kept me sane through so many overnights at doing security. Just sitting there in my car with nothing else to do except watching, I don't know, one of the Star Trek series and just playing friggin' Sudoku all night long. Oh, that was the shit. Oh, I loved it.
And, oh man, Brain Age was so fun. And, just trying to keep your brain age down over, weeks and months and seeing how low you can get it. Can I get my brain age to 20? Can I get it to 20? Come on, can I get it to 20? 23? Damn! Alright, whatever. It's good enough. But, Brain Age was fun. Brain Age was great, and seeing that this Dr. Kawashima's brain training is going to be like basically a new Brain Age for the Switch. Bueno, I'm really happy for that.
That's pretty awesome.
So moving along, Borderlands 3 anniversary event dates. The rare spawn hunt is almost over. Borderlands franchise celebrates its 10th birthday this month, and Gearbox is throwing a party to celebrate the occasion. For all of October and for the few first days of November, special loot events will pop up in Borderlands 3. It's nothing short of busting open a birthday piñata, if the piñata were full of guns. You can see the full schedule below. Borderlands 3 is currently in the midst of a rare spawn hunt. The event guarantees that rare enemies will spawn more often, and the odds of getting a unique legendary loot drop from one of them has also increased. It's only available through next week, so jump on that hunt while you can. Borderlands. So the anniversary dates. The first week is October. That's already over. The rare spawn hunt's going on right now. Next week will be Show Me the Iridium, which is good because I want more Iridium. Week 4, October 22nd to 28th, will be Mayhem on Twitch. I'm curious to see what that is. And then the last is October 29th to the 1st, which is a spooky surprise.
Oh, spooky.
So I'm definitely looking forward to all that. During the details of the other 4 events are forthcoming. Through the spooky surprise late in October will line up with what we have heard about the Bloody Harvest free DLC. But Gearbox may have other Halloween haunts planned as well. Meanwhile, Gearbox is also issuing a patch and hotfix that addresses some balance and performance issues. For more on Borderlands, check out blah 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 blah. So the rare spawn hunt right now are Rackman, which has the Night Flyer. I've already seen the Night Flyer. Okay, so I'm not going to go over all of these.
It's piss, legendary grenade, man. What the fuck?
Wait, it's piss. Oh. I don't know who that is.
A Thunk and Sloth. It's piss, legendary grenade, man.
Oh. So, I think my favorite out of all of these so far is Rackman. So, Rackman, the first one, he's where you're fighting Pain and Heller or Pain and Hell or whatever. I can't remember what his name is. It's the Penn and Teller guys. You're supposed to be fighting them. If you deviate off the path, there's this little cave in the back, which clearly is the Bat Cave. And because there's no bats on Pandora, we have Rax. So he's Rackman, which drops the Night Flyer pistol. Okay, cool. It's a Batman pistol. Why does Batman have a gun? The red text on it says, "I have only one rule. The gun can't kill anything." The gun can take everything to 1 hit point, but
can't
you can't kill anything with it.
Wow.
Which kind of goes along the whole Batman idea. So,
I mean, if you have dual pistols, you can use the other one to kill it.
But, this is pretty cool. You can see some of the other things here, going, Masterwork
it's
crossbow.
Piss!
It's piss! It's piss.
Jesus.
Trust me, when you throw it, it probably looks like you're peeing, because that's what Borderlands is about. Toilet humor.
Legendary rocket launcher. My God.
The Hive? But anyway, so Borderlands 3, you've got 3-4 weeks of stuff to do. Now down to 3 weeks, but whatever. But you know what I'm saying. So moving on. The last piece of little information that I have here is going to apply to you, Stefan, and I think Steve plays this game as well, right? Stardew Valley's Everything update will add post-marriage life content. Getting married and having kids will no longer be the end of your in-game life. In the farming simulator RPG Stardew Valley, there's not much you can do once you're married and have kids. Valley. Those looking for it, there's no endgame content. However, developer Eric Concerned Ape Barone is hoping to change that in their game's next update, patch 1.4. The new 1.4 update does add some depth to the post-marriage life, some additions that I'm proud of and I hope are very heartwarming for players. But I know that there will always be more that can be done, Barone said in an interview with USG. I've been unofficially calling 1.4 the everything update because it touches pretty much every aspect of the game in some way or another. One of my major goals was to add in a lot of quality of life features that make the game more convenient and effortless to play. Barone said that the patch 1.3 and the update that specifically adds multiplayer to Stardew Valley is also very close to being ready for Xbox One. I don't personally do the console port, but from what I've gathered, every console has different tech and different requirements to meet, he said. Barone has partnered up with one other person to continue supporting Stardew Valley, but is also simultaneously working solo on a new unannounced project. In GameSpot's Stardew Valley review, Mary Kate wrote, Stardew Valley is such a lovely experience that encourages you to go out and be the best you can be in whichever task that brings you the most joy. Stardew Valley motivates naturally with blissful optimism. As the indie game scene grows more competitive and ideas within space grow increasingly complex, the more independent developers are joining forces on small teams. Of course, there are still developers like Barone that prefer to work alone. In June 2019, we spoke to Braid's Jonathan Blow, Splunky's Derek Yu, Return, blah, 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 blah. All these people, you can go to this thing and they talk about like doing solo development. You'll have to talk about this a little bit more than I do, Stefan, because you will know more about this than I do.
Well, honestly, Barone is probably one of, like, the more down-to-earth indie developers you'll probably ever, like, follow or, you know, when you read any of his stuff, like, everything that he does with this game is just fantastic, honestly. He listens to fans and stuff like that. He pays attention to mods that people make and things that people actually want to see in game. And he knows that if he updated this game for the next fucking 20 years, people are going to want that still. Because it's that good a game, honestly. It's very, what is it? It's along the lines of like Harvest Moon and stuff like that, where like you're running a farm and stuff, and you got to get married, or you don't have to get married, but you can get married and you can have kids. You're not limited to who you can get married to. It can be men or women. If you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter. Like, you know, cool. You can adopt kids as well. You can just fly solo for the rest of your life if that's what you want to do. Like, there's just so many different ways to play this game, and there's so many just fun aspects and just different ways of managing and looking after your farm alone that, yeah, it has so much replayability. And every time we play it, we never have a disappointing time. It's always good. So.
But, yeah, I mean, it sounds like, you know, maybe they might this new 1.4 thing is going to say, hey, maybe there's going to be like your kids grow up and you know you have to, I don't know, have some sort of issues with them or something like that. I don't know. So maybe there'll be some things that you guys might find interesting going on with that update. So all right, that'll do it for my section in the news. So I will pass the torch right on over to you.
Thank you, sir. All right, well. As you know, we are going to start with...
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. No, wait a minute. Hold on. I've been here for 2 weeks. So I haven't been able to announce this properly, have I? I've been able to announce my favorite section, your favorite section. It should be everybody's favorite section, because if you've been paying attention for the last few weeks, it better be your favorite section. It's Steam Q.
Alright. Well, here we go. It doesn't look like it's disappointing so far. Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair?
I am going to predict this week we are going to have more cool games than bad ones.
I hope so.
I feel this is going to be a good Steam Q.
Well, it just released Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair. It looks like it already has positive reviews. It looks really good for a platformer. It's not 3D, it's 2D-ish, like 2.5D, I guess, is that what you call it?
And this is Yooka-Laylee is long in the making.
Oh yeah, but this is the second game. I'm pretty sure the first one was all like 3D. This is this one here is more 2D based. Looks like.
Oh! This is the second one.
This just came out.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize that. Shows you how much I was paying attention.
So yeah, this actually looks really good. I've already put it on my wish list because it looks nice. It looks like the new Donkey Kong.
Yes, it does. Yes, it absolutely does, and that's saying a lot too. Because if you can like compare a game to like Donkey Kong Country or something like that, you know you're doing good. And it definitely has that Donkey Kong Country vibe to it, which is a very good thing.
Oh, this looks nice.
So, yeah. Good
All
start.
right, let's go to the next in our queue. Pilgrims. Adventure, casual, indie, funny, hand-drawn. What the hell? Looks like it's a card game. Right up Scott's alley. I actually enjoy the way it looks so far.
It kind of looks like an inventory, actually. Just kind of instead of having like an inventory, you have the cards that are right there.
I guess they're used for different.
It's kind of like some sort of like frontier trading and trying to interact with people and giving them the right things.
I'm not sure how I feel
about this. Don't give them smallpox blankets.
I don't think I'll ignore it, but I don't think it's going to go to my wish list.
Yeah. Looks promising.
Next we have Pagui. Action adventure RPG indie horror. Excuse me?
Ooh. Interesting.
Excuse me?
Ooh. Excuse me, so I can't come.
Okay, here we go. We have some gameplay here.
Alright, I can take this. This kind of gives me some, like... Kind of makes me feel like it's like Jade Empire a little bit. If you play Jade Empire,
no, I'm sure. But this looks interesting so far.
Yeah, it looks interesting. Okay.
This is a long trailer too. Oh shit.
Is it?
Okay, here we go. Stuff is happening, question? What?
Oh. That can't be good.
These are some crazy looking puzzles. Oh, that's different for conversations and stuff.
So it kind of... Alright. That's kind of neat. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that card sort of gives me like a Jade... This definitely gives me a Jade Empire vibe.
Whoa.
If any of you guys have played Jade Empire. It does... I was even going to say it does give you the Shenmue kind of vibe to it too, but with like way more action to it.
Yeah, this does look interesting. Very,
It does look...
I don't want to say Metal Gear, but like...
That looks
Yeah,
pretty
it
neat.
doesn't look terrible by any means. God.
I would definitely give that a try. Does look pretty cool.
Let's move on to our next one. Build Ultimate Sandbox Building Game. We shall see. Looks like it's voxel. I've passed over voxel games like this before, but sometimes these can be interesting. Very bright. This doesn't look bad either, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't look terrible. I mean, I'm a purist. I'm SimCity all the way. But you know, give me the original SimCity, and you'll have me entertained for hours, man. Just.
Oh, I know. I'm the same way. All right, it doesn't look bad. I've added it to my wish list. We're gonna go on to our next game. So far, the games haven't been too bad at all.
Yeah, I said.
Boat Fighter. Wait,
maybe
no.
I'm coming through.
Boat Fighter. Wait, what?
Boat Fighter.
What?
What the hell? Hard Eddie. What in the heck is going on here? See some gameplay. Looks like The Rock. Except he's, not, Samoan.
Whoa, okay. No, I don't think this is my type of game.
It's kind of like it's got like a beat 'em up vibe.
Yeah,
art style is a little like not quite what I like,
Yeah.
but you know,
I'm sure other people would enjoy it. Again, it's for me. Again, it's a
Yeah.
lot. The art style for the beat 'em up is just not my sort of thing. All right, next up we have something. I'm gonna ignore this because I don't know what it is. I'm not even given a name. Knights and Bikes. Female protagonist. Action. Oh. Yeah, again, not a fan of the art style. Again, it's.
what the hell?
I think this is more. It's based with a lot more storytelling. It looks like. Which is not a bad thing by any means.
This trailer's crazy.
Yeah.
Those. Okay.
Alright, we're gonna go to our next game.
Yeah.
Crystal Crisis. Wait,
Not my cup of tea.
why do I feel like we looked at this once before? Oh, this is a...
Because we
Yeah,
have.
I thought so. Oh, I see Astro Boy there for a second. Whispers of a Machine. Oh, adventure 2D point-and-click cyberpunk sci-fi.
Alright, I'm not a big fan of point and clicks, so I would let the game speak for itself.
Ooh. Oh, pixel graphics? Yes. Oh, okay.
There you go. This is what we were talking about before. We're like, we forgot to give that little warning at the beginning, where we were saying like sometimes we're not a big fan of a specific.
We
type of
can
game,
do that at the
but we're
end.
not. Yeah. Okay. This is not my type of game, but I definitely can see the merit in it because it does look really nice.
This looks really good. They done some really good pixel art. Like that's high.
Right?
Like wow. That's like some high DPI pixel art. Holy shit. Oh, that's nice. Or is it drawn and then turned into pixel art? I wonder.
It looks like that, yeah. Well, it looks like the actual character icons are like are hand.
It's more the backgrounds
like,
than anything else that I'm noticing on.
That looks so good. That looks really good. See, this is what we're saying. It's like
6. Hello, game. I'm here to play.
play. See,
Yeah, no, this looks good.
Whispers of a Machine. There you go, Steve. There you go. Whispers
Put
of a
that in
Machine.
my wish list. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next game.
See, it's not something I would play, but it's something that Stefan would play. So it's there you go.
This might be something Scott might like. Ephemeral Unnatural Balance.
Ephemeral Unnatural.
It's a bullet hell.
Oh, yep. Let's look.
Oh Lord.
Now we're talking.
Here we go.
Now we're talking. Give me all of this stuff. Give me my waifus.
See,
and my
I'm not a
bullet
huge fan of
hells.
this kind of stuff, but Scott loves the shit out of it.
Yep. Give me my bullet hell waifus all frickin' day. That's why I love Toho so much. That's why I love that they've shown up like in all of my rhythm games and DDR stuff. There's so much Toho in rhythm games now. It's like, oh yeah.
Oh my god.
See this for me. Oh, this is like, yep. Yep. Oh, don't use a bomb. Come on, you cheater. Get through without a bomb.
Oh my god. Holy crap. Oh my god. This is crazy.
Yeah, this ain't even crazy yet.
That's probably not easy, dude.
Probably is.
Oh my god. Oh, that's a challenge, Scott.
There you go. I don't think, buddy. I know. Hell yes, I'm all about that game. 100%.
There you go. You can add that one to your wish list. I won't ignore it because it doesn't look terrible. It's just I'd never buy it because I'm terrible at them.
That is
hello,
everything.
hello, Biolab Wars. This looks like Contra-ish. Oh baby, what's going on here?
Ooh.
Oh shit, you got shot.
Now we
What,
talking.
is that a dog in a suit? What is that? I mean, is that a cat following behind him with a little head?
Little flying monkey.
Are you sure it's a monkey, not a cat?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a cat, dude. I'm pretty sure it's a cat.
God, man.
Oh, this looks awesome, Scott.
Hell yeah, it does.
Oh shit.
Add to wish list immediately. Hell yeah.
I haven't seen
man.
a Contra enemy actually duck like that. Well, actually, that's a lot. There are some, I know, but. Whoa.
Oh, that's like that from Contra 3. It's
Yeah.
just going the other way.
I was thinking the same thing. There's Mother Brain in the end.
And you have hit points too. It's not just like take one hit.
Okay,
and die.
so this looks great. That
Biolab Wars.
add to wish
yes,
list.
please.
It's already out.
Yep.
$1.19. What?
What? No.
So they're giving this
way.
away.
Hold on.
My God.
Hold on. I have to hit Steam to just check this out right now. Hold on. Biolab Wars we're called. We're gonna hit this up on Steam real fast and see what this is in American.
That's like
store
75 cents.
Biolab Wars. It is 99 cents for that game. That looked awesome. That is 99 cents, folks. Biolab Wars. There you go. Go pick up a copy. Like, wow,
Last thing we
really?
have-
That game looked great.
Space Komandirovka. Adventure indie retro pixel graphic. I'll take that all day long. Okay. What the 30 years. Oh, and you're in a time capsule? What the Oh, okay, this looks great. I love how it looks like it's going to be comical. Oh.
Oh, this is like
Space Quest?
the King's Quest for Space.
Quest.
What the hell is that called? Space Quest. There you go. Yeah.
Ooh, that looks good too. Shit.
Yeah.
We're done our queue already. Well, we got a lot more great games this week.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I have one more game that I'd like to advertise here. And I'd like you to type this into your search bar.
Yeah.
I would like you to type in "I love you, Colonel Sanders." I'm not kidding.
I know.
Go ahead.
I know. I've already seen this. This is disappointing. I'm pretty sure we already seen this. We went over this on a previous podcast, by the way. And this is...
Oh, it can't be one that I was on. It had been a guest one. Oh! Why? Why is this?
Alright, we're going to go into my news and games that we're featuring this week. Yeah, I know, game, I know. Why is this a game?
Oh my god!
Anyways, we're going to go into an update on one of the games that we're following right now. Sarah Jane Avery's C64 Shmup Project.
Oh, yes,
Dude,
yes,
dude.
please.
We are also, excuse me, we are going to pause our music because we're playing the audio on this. Because the soundtrack for this game Sounds phenomenal. And I may ask Sarah if I could like have.
Oh, Sarah Jane, please come onto our podcast. Please.
Oh God,
please,
I'd
please
be
come to
totally
podcast.
down, but.
Please come on so we can talk to you. We would love to talk to you.
Here we go. So the game sounds are really good. I like them. It sounds very satisfying when things blow up. And the soundtrack is good. It actually sounds like something you'd hear on the NES, to be honest with you. The soundtrack sounds fucking awesome. I gotta ask her who's also composing, because if it was her, then that means not only is she a developer, but she's also a good composer, because I love it. Oh! Ah! Oh. And so Scott hasn't gotten to see too much of any of her stuff recently, so let's just go and give Scotty a little update as well. That was just that was 12 right there. Let's pause that. We're gonna go over here.
Man, oh, there's more.
Oh,
there's more.
There's also a stage, Soul Force stage 11. Here we go. Please. No. No! No, it's gone! No! Sarah! Why is it gone? Is the music still here for this one? Stage 10. Ah, this is it.
No. Oh, okay, let's go.
Oh, man. I love the soundtrack, dude. It's so good. Holy crap! Right? The other one had the boss in it.
God damn! So good! So good! So good!
Alright, I'm sorry. That was, yeah. So anyways, I know it's coming out for the C64, but if we can even get a ROM to play it on the C64, I'm sure Scott would have. He would definitely play this. I would watch him play this. I would co-commentate while he plays this.
God, please come onto our podcast. We would
Indeed.
love to have you.
Always welcome to the podcast. If you'd ever like to do some sort of interview, that would be fantastic.
Mm-hmm. All about.
All right. We're going to go into our news from IndieRetroNews.com. This week we have Rygar AGA. Tecmo's arcade game as an Amiga conversion is finally here. So, on the... oh, wait. Did I... hold on. Make sure... okay, this is what I was doing before I started the podcast. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. So, on the 23rd of December 2018, we surprised the community with an announcement that Tecmo's 1986 arcade game of Rygar, the Legendary Warrior, was unofficially coming to the Amiga after being released on many different systems, including the C64 and ZX Spectrum. Well, fast forward to today, and there's been some incredible news for the Amiga community, as thanks to a heads up through our email, Seismic Minds has finally released the Rygar AGA Amiga conversion. Ooh.
Nice. Nice. Really want to see what this looks like.
Alright, so when we first showed this upcoming game for the Amiga by McGeezer, the same creator behind the most excellent Bomb Jack Beer Edition, it was merely a long scrolling project as many features and graphics were not yet implemented. Thankfully, that is now a distant memory, as thanks to a team of people such as McGeezer, DJ Mattoon, Ross, PHX, Invent, DLF Silver, and Damien D, you can now play the full version, complete with fabulous graphics, smooth frame rates, plenty of enemies, power-ups, and other cool bits that I won't mention as to not spoil the great conversion.
Wow,
It looks
really
fucking smooth as hell, dude.
That looks great.
This is what I'm talking about, man. This is
my
why I'm so
God,
happy to
that's
bring people
awesome.
stuff like the C64, ZX Spectrum, and Amiga, because you can still play some. And I know, yes, you can play this on the NES, but you can. This sounds more along the lines of the arcade version than the NES version.
Yeah.
Whoa! Whoa! That was awesome. Actually, I don't know if I should say this or not. I'd almost say this almost looks better than the NES version.
Yes, yeah, I will agree with you.
Like I said, this is more along the lines of the arcade version than anything else. It looks hard as fuck. Oh
Yeah,
my
it does.
god. And don't worry, we're going to be featuring some hard games being converted this week.
Woo. Damn.
Oh, nice. And they're crediting all the people. Long live the Amiga, indeed. It sounds really good, dude. Like, it sounds
Yeah, wow,
very
that's-
much like the
that's-
arcade. This is...
That's really impressive. Like, I'll just straight up, like, I'm very impressed.
I just take the time right now to say that I love doing this podcast. Man, no, seriously, like, just hearing the sounds from that was so fucking nostalgic. Oh, my God. I love that we get to see games like this all the time. This is so awesome.
Especially classic games
Yeah.
like Rygar, man. Like, oh, man. That's so cool.
Which I've not played much of, so I'm going to be terrible whenever I get to play that game.
I played a decent amount of Rygar.
Alright, up next, we have Bruce Lee RX. An enhanced ZX Spectrum Bruce Lee has been announced. Pretty sure we went over a Bruce Lee game before, and I don't think we were that impressed by it, so let's hope that this one's a little bit better. We've certainly featured the 1984 game of Bruce Lee more than a few times now, especially with games such as Evil E. Curb for the Atari XL XE and Bruce Lee Return of Fury, released on the C64. But now we look towards something incredible for our retro kicks, as Alan Turvey has announced that Bruce Lee RX is not only fully playable, but as a treat, it will be available this weekend, right now, for you guys to try it exclusively at Play Expo Blackpool. Oh, it's probably over. My bad. Alright, so let's throw this out. Whoa. Version of my LT software for Ocean. Oh, wow, okay. So what is Bruce Lee RX, been asked? Well, thanks to Alan Turvey, Peter Smith, and Jim Bagley, it looks as if this upcoming Bruce Lee experience is not only a graphical overhaul with inclusive sprite changes, background, and an enhanced level detail change, but there may be other changes that have yet to be announced, which will all be revealed this upcoming weekend. So yes, keep changing this article, because as soon as the game is available for download, we will update and post the download link below. What? It looks strange. ZX Spectrum. Oh, okay. Okay. You can go through the next screen. Okay, this is Prince of Persia like. Huh. Hi. Oh, you gotta get the bells or something, or the lanterns? Is that what I'm trying to understand here? Oh shit, he just kicked that guy right in the face! Fuck you, buddy. Oh, the sumo wrestler is still after him. Hi.
It's that guy from Game of Death.
Oh, I was gonna say, what are you gonna do against the sumo though? Oh shit. Okay.
Pop.
Oh. Okay, so this is way more. Oh shit, they're coming after him. Oh, they don't stop. They're just coming forever. They don't care at all. Boom. Oh, sumo's. Oh no, he didn't care. He's all like, I'm not going back for that lantern. Oh, here comes the ninja. Here comes the sumo. Yeah. Okay, so this is actually more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. This is all right. Oh, sumo killed himself. Fuck you, buddy. Oh, lightning. Okay, no, I heard the lightning. The electricity is what I meant to say. Oh shit. Oh, he almost killed the friggin' dude with the ninja drop down. Almost killed the sumo with the fire. Look, Jesus.
My only gripe with this is, what does this have to do
I have no
with Bruce
idea. Well, I
Lee?
guess the character is Bruce Lee. I don't know.
What's
But
up?
anyways.
I mean, I guess so. But, like...
Again, it's a fast-moving, like,
very...
interesting ZX Spectrum game. I'm thankful for that. Like, it looks like it's decent action.
I'm just super curious of what this has to do with Bruce
I
Lee.
suppose.
Doesn't take away from like how well made this really does look.
And again, it's not like the ZX Spectrum is like an intensive piece of hardware either. So,
Right. Yeah.
all right, so let's go to our next game, which is I specifically brought up this article that they had up there. We covered this, but you weren't here for this. Hyperborea, an upcoming bullet hell shooter, gets an Amiga update.
Okay.
So, it's on the Amiga. Look at that beautiful title screen. Pixely deliciousness. Jesus. And let's just start going. I don't know what's going on. Okay, it was just
my goodness.
demo screen. Okay, stop at the demo screen. I want to see some like actual gameplay. Come on, man. Oh, are they actually playing right now? No. Alright, so they just keep showing the demo over and over. That's fine. Work in progress. That's cool. Wait.
Wow. Though for
So yeah,
that looks
the
really
Amiga
good.
is certainly living the high life at the moment, with all the homebrew games previously released and new ones that are yet to come. But there's another game that may grace our Commodore screens at some point in the near future, and that's Hyperborea, an upcoming Amiga game from the Amiga Dream Team that's classified as a bullet hell shooter that requires at least a stock A1200 or above. According to the team behind Hyperborea, thanks to a heads up from Per Ola, not only did they say that Hyperborea will be the world's first real Danmaku bullet hell shoot 'em up for the Commodore Amiga, but they all have also said that this is being developed for classic stock Amiga 1200 computers and above, and will be created using pure handcrafted assembler with the finest of pixel art, two-player simulation modes, the highest of bullet counts on such a machine, as well as smooth 50Hz scrolling, and tons of arcade shoot-'em-up action. So, yeah. We're going to be watching for more of this.
Looked really good. Hell yeah, man. That looks really,
Man,
really nice.
the Amiga seems like it's a decent piece of hardware, for sure. I need to get my hands on one of those. And another game that we also covered that you weren't here for, sir. Another PC shoot 'em up. This is called Remote Life, and there is a demo. So let's press.
Boy, I tell you, it's
Apparently.
on a week.
Alright, so other than adventure games and platformers, apparently the guy who wrote this said that they've had a great fondness for shoot 'em ups, from retro games such as R-Type and Project X to modern inspirations such as the fabulous Super Hydora. There isn't a shoot 'em up that they turn away from just to pick up a power up and blast a few waves of enemies. So to see a high quality shoot 'em up listed on Steam as Remote Life, which has now been released, they had to spread the word. And it does look like it's a good game. It's not your typical 2D side-scrolling shoot 'em up either. But according to creators, next game level, the game doesn't just feature huge 3D pre-rendered sprites that are gorgeously animated, set with beautiful backgrounds befitting to an alien world. But if that wasn't enough, the bosses look so infinitely creepy and scary that the CG artist had to design them with closed eyes. I don't believe that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So good.
So yes, if all of this sounds
Oh my
so
God.
awesome with the inclusive deadly weaponry at your disposal, it might be worth your time checking it out right now. So I figured I'd also bring this up to you, Mr. Scott, because you are a fan of this sort of stuff, and it looks clean.
Yes,
I mean, it's
am.
not super pixely, but it's clean as fuck.
Yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does.
Ooh, something I think Six would enjoy looking at as well. Gold Rush! Sunlight Games launches retro label with an Amiga classic that you can pre-order. Alright, so... I love all that stuff that comes with it! Okay, so this year has been amazing for the Amiga, especially as we've announced upcoming games such as Rygar, AGA, Metro Siege, Invia, and even Kung Fu Master. But one such company wants us to relive the golden years of the Commodore Amiga, as thanks to a heads up from Sunlight Games, they have told us that they are going to announce a new retro label with an upcoming release of a special edition of the Commodore Amiga game Gold Rush, an adventure game originally published by Sierra in 1989. Let's press play here. Alright, so according to the press release, Sunlight Games will soon launch the retro label Retrotainment, under which old and new games for systems from the 80s and 90s will be released in classic box. Alright. Sorry. Yeah,
okay?
I'm definitely going to have to get some toilet paper. Alright, so it starts with a special edition of Gold Rush for classic Amiga computers. Sunlight Games developed the 2014 remake of the classic Gold Rush PC game. The newly released Amiga version will be released in a classic cardboard box with a banderole. Banderole? I might be not saying that word properly. Gold Rush takes you back to the year 1849 when gold was discovered in California. It was certainly one of the most exciting times in American history. Gold Rush includes the three routes tens of thousands took to the gold regions. Become Jared Wilson and experience each trek as you travel from New York to California. The game features a unique art design, causing you to travel back to the middle of the 19th century. 3 different western routes, 3 adventures in one game, and finally a parser interface with the special edition, including great accessories such as those listed below. Game on 2 discs for the Amiga. This printed colored label, printed manual. Let's see, a PC remake anniversary playable on PC with an internet connection. Alright, so on the CD you get the book California Gold for copy protection, drawings, ADF game files, printed certificate including the serial number of the limited special edition. Printed printed DIN A1 poster on a high quality paper. Printed label of the game logo. CD contains the ADF files to copy the content on the discs with a free tool. Okay, that's cool. Because not all the apparently they have problems reading discs. So no, that's pretty cool. I like this is basically what they're giving you. That I want to. I need to get an Amiga, dude. Jesus, it's bad enough wanting to switch. Alright, up next. Ghosts and Goblins, Overhaul in development for the Amstrad. Gets a great update tease. I told you we were going to look at some higher games.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, so the Amstrad more, especially the Plus range, including the GX4000, is really starting to impress, especially with the Shadow of the Beast demo shown off the Amstrad CPC Plus in 2017, and the incredible Pinball Dreams in the CPC range, which was released just recently. But today's update is once again showing us just how good the Amstrad is, as thanks to a heads up by Golem13, he has shown us the latest screenshots for the Ghosts and Goblins Overhaul that is coming to an Amstrad near the next month, that is being coded by Golem13, graphics by Winner, and sound effects by Ixion. According to Golem, he said in preparation for the next Alchemy 13 meeting, which will take place from the 1st to the 3rd of November 2019 in Tain-le-Hermitage, France. Tain. Yeah. Here are some pictures of the game, which will be freely playable in its latest version on the Amstrad 6128 Plus. He goes on to say developments are still progressing. Currently levels 1 through 3 are playable. The others are partially implemented and still in progress. The current work mainly consists in approaching original patterns and behaviors, always paying close attention to details. His goal is to produce a pleasant and truly playable game to offer a new Ghosts and Goblins experience to the fans of the game. So it looks like it's very similar to the arcade, actually. Which, again, I'm not surprised, but the NES version wasn't that far from the arcade version anyways. So.
It really wasn't. It does definitely look like more closer to its arcade.
So here's a game that's not fun to look forward to. But at the same time is good. It's a good game, it's just that it's so fucking hard, man.
Man, it's gonna be Ghosts and Goblins, awesome! And you start playing, it's like, oh right, this is Ghosts and Goblins.
It's hateful.
Man.
It's hateful.
Yeah.
Alright, so up next. Okay. Sabotage, a neat little action game as a Ludum Dare 45 entry. Would you like to play a game where you start with nothing but still able to do maximum harm to your enemies? Then take a look at Sabotage. A brand entry in the Ludum Dare 45 competition from Deep Night, in which the aim of the game as a naked Colonel Jean-Francois Hubert from the French army is to improvise by any means possible to kill your enemies. Wow, alright. Let's watch this, shall we? Oh, it's a GIF? What? Oh, Jesus! Alright. You can actually just throw them into spikes? That's... okay. Oh, shit. Alright, so this might be a short game created in 72 hours using hacks language with added music by David Whittaker from the game Leatherneck, Atari ST version for the Ludum Dare compo. But trust me, you'll be having a lot of fun in this charming little game. Pick up your enemies, throw them against spikes or exploding barrels, or find a knife in the floor and go game stabby stab.
I can dig it.
Hey, if it was only made in like
I like
3 days.
72 hours, yeah.
Oh,
I like this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all.
Too.
Oh, you can play online right now. Boom. Alright, up next we have, I don't know how to pronounce this probably, but Cecconoid. A Cybernoid-inspired game available for downloads for Windows and Linux. And look at how old school it looks. If you had a ZX Spectrum, Atari ST, Amstrad CPC, C64, NES, or Amiga, chances are you would have played Cybernoid, a shoot-'em-up published in 1987 by Hewson Consultants that is regarded by many as a very challenging, albeit very enjoyable game with fabulous music by Jérôme Tell or Jochen Hippel. Well, if you do remember the game and did have a chance to play it, you might be interested to know that that AAA has finally released his Cybernoid-inspired game Cecconoid for Windows and Linux. Let's take a look. Okay. Oh wow, that looks real good. Oh damn, dude, this looks good! Oh my god, it feels like I'm playing on Windows 3.1. Or watching this on a Windows 3.1 screen. This is actually a little bit different in Cybernoid. Your character looks the same, like the same type of ship. But Cybernoid, I found, was more about puzzles than anything else. Oh shit! Oh, that's a different type of game mode. Alright, that didn't look bad at all.
No, it did not.
Alright, so Cecconoid is an 8-bit inspired flick-screen twin-stick shooter set in an alternate dimension where the pixels are still chunky and the bad guys are black and white. Game features 50-plus rooms, 6 different power-ups, a high score table, multiple game modes, and lots of enemies blasting action to keep you busy throughout. Just beware, this game contains flashing images that could potentially trigger seizures for people with photosensitive epilepsy. Thank you for the warning. Always good.
Yes, sir.
It looks great.
Looks pretty good, though. I like that.
Alright, Magazyn. Block moving puzzle teaser for Amiga OCS ECS.
I always
Alright,
things. I'm terrible at these sort of games.
If it's anything like Balderdash or... Oh, no. Yeah. I don't mind.
I'm terrible at this stuff.
Alright, so Bulba Mania wasn't the only preview to grace our Commodore screens, as we've also found out, in part thanks to Saberman, that you can now play the work-in-progress Commodore Amiga game Magazyn. That came 7th in the RetroComp 2018 competition. This very early teaser, unlike the other one we mentioned, is a puzzle game which you need to move all the rocks into green cross squares for a successful conclusion. In the first version we played, there wasn't much to offer, as not only was there no music, but sadly at the time there was no further challenges to be had with the game, quitting to a successful window once all the blocks were filled. Thankfully, the game has changed in a more positive light, and not only is the game graphically much better, but there's a new soundtrack, multiple levels, and you can download the early version right now. So if you're into this type of game, here you go.
There you go. I've always been terrible at these block puzzle sort of games. I always mess something up.
Well, that's the whole point. Your bonus goes down depending on how many moves you use? Okay.
Why did I play Goof Troop? No Goof Troop, because I was poop at the Goof Poop at moving blocks.
Alright, so yeah, it looks like what you normally think that this type of game would be. So.
Yeah.
Alright, we have now, we were just talking about it, Bubble Mania, C64 preview of an upcoming arcade game. Alright. So I guess it's the same type of game. If Boulder Dash Junior 3 isn't to your liking, you want to play something else in your C64 this week, then how about this early work-in-progress game called Bubble Mania? Game released as a preview late last week and into the weekend, is a brand new game from Elijah Gardner, in which you need to use as many bubbles on screen as possible to your advantage. Okay. I guess you block in other fish or something? Huh. Oh, no, you can crush other fish with it. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, you're gonna get squished. He's gonna get you. Alright, Jesus. So, regarded as a much slower version of Pengo, you play as a little fish and must avoid the sharks at all costs before they eat you up. Push the bubbles in the sharks to hurt them, push bubbles out of your way, pop bubbles to make new pathways, and as the instructions say, use strategy to block sharks in the corners and plan your escape path. There are a few known glitches at this time. Yeah, it's slow moving, but at least it's very easy to understand what you want and have to do here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get cut. Anyways, moving on. All right, our the last thing we have from Indie Retro News this week is Jet Set Willy 2019, a new definitive conversion for the Atari XL XE. All right.
Jet Set Willy, huh?
Alright, so here's a game I think most of our readers would have played or heard of throughout the years. It's Jet Set Willy, a highly enjoyable yet difficult platform game originally written by Matthew Smith and published by Software Projects for many home computers such as the ZX Spectrum in 1984. If you remember the game and have an Atari XL XE, you'll be overjoyed to learn that Tez has released a new definitive conversion from scratch, which features not just high-res colors, 50, 60 hertz and sprite screen updates, but bug fixes and Rob Hubbard music and an accurate conversion of the sound effects. That's pretty good. That's a nice new update. Playing as Jet Set Willy in a flip screen platform game, you need to move from room to room in a huge mansion collecting objects from a previous party. Otherwise, Maria, the housekeeper, won't let you back into your bedroom. Beware, the game might be one of the most enjoyable classics, but it's very challenging and might cause untold frustration on your Atari XL XE. Oh, why am I not surprised? It seems like one of those games.
Oh, yeah.
Do. Name is Scott. Sorry. Alright, so this is a different game that I had to have a look at. It's called Yes, Your Grace. And it's a reveal trailer, so we're going to go watch it. It's pixely, so of course I masturbated first. You're welcome. I didn't realize I made a video and sent it to you, but that's cool. Oh, you can... Well, why did the party keep changing? That was weird. This looks deadly. What's her boobs at? What?
Why is there a chicken?
There's so many things happening here. The music that goes with it. Alright. Coming in 2020. Alright, so that looked... Just gonna put that out there.
Interesting.
Alright, so any label No More Robots, the same people who made Descenders and Hypnospace Outlaw, has announced Yes, Your Grace, a kingdom management sim that sounds much like Long Live the Queen meets Game of Thrones. It's set... What?
I was gonna... there was a little bedroom scene in there, so...
It's set in the Slavic-inspired kingdom of Davern, where monsters and arcane magic runs amok. You're in the boots of King Eric, as royal subjects approach him every day requesting his help. These dilemmas can range from beasts attacking the village to a lack of places for people to relax. Due to the limited number of supplies your monarchy can provide those in need, these decisions can't be made lightly. And while it's important to make these choices in the kingdom's best interest, also remember that others may play you for their own personal gain. Lords will approach you for help for an upcoming battle, or you may have to play dirty to form alliances. Whether you are a benign ruler or a ruthless one, it will be difficult to keep everyone happy. Originally a Kickstarter project funded back in 2014, it looks like backers and other interested players won't have much longer to wait. Yes, Your Grace is due to release early 2020 with a beta coming in November.
I like the concept of it.
A kingdom management sim that's pixel based and looks like it's not your typical sim. I like that.
No,
the art style got me sold immediately. Jesus. So yeah, we'll be following this. I'm hoping that we get some updates on this in the upcoming weeks, especially when the beta is released.
Right.
Alright, so next up is our news from IndieGamesPlus.com, and we're going to get the Indie Games Plus first look at What the Golf, which sounded like it was a very intriguing concept, so I wanted to have a look at it. Alright, so What the Golf brings an unpredictable silliness to the sport in this week's IGP first look. Picture WarioWare, but with more clubs. I rarely knew what to expect when I started any given level of What the Golf. Would I be golfing with a soccer net? Would I be using an office chair, an entire house? It's not just the use of weird objects, but the game itself would morph into just about anything the developers felt like. Sometimes you're Spider-Man in a golf ball form using sticky lines to pull yourself to the hole. Maybe you become a kind of Super Mario ball and have to hop over enemies and cliffs to make that stage goal. Or perhaps you become the embodiment of a ridiculous pun. I want to have a look at this. Let's play this. Oh, 39 minutes. Jesus Christ, Superstar.
Whoa, yeah, holy crap.
Wait, what?
What the hell?
Ouch.
What?
This time you're just the golf.
Okay.
What the fuck? Holy Jesus. Like, every level is more crazy than the last. Oh yeah, I played this. This is why I wanted to see it, because it sounded so interesting and unique for, like, a golf game. I kind of want to see some of the other ones. Come on now. Wait, what? Oh, what is this?
What the hell?
Wholesome joke. Wholesome joke. Oh. Wait, that's a huge hole to land in. Jeez, hole in one. Oh my god. Oh, I can see where the puns are coming in. Jesus, I love it.
Oh my god.
I would play this, yeah. And if it's only local co-op, we can play it multiplayer later. So.
Oh, I want to play this game.
I'd imagine there's a few people in our community that would like to play this. Perfect. Oh my god, stop. Alright, moving on. Up next we have Worse Than Death. Faces monstrosities you cannot see. Alright, so a high school reunion gone wrong the most terrifying way possible, besides not having any amazing accomplishments to brag to your peers. Worse Than Death will pit players against monsters that they can't see, but are very much a threat in this action-adventure game. You take control of Holly, the one in charge of dealing with creepy crawlies with her excellent stealth and vaulting abilities. In some sequences, you'll have to dash for your life from something you can't even see, but it will make its presence known via the lights in a room or eerie sounds. Sometimes, all you have to rely on is Holly's heartbeat, which pounds faster when danger's around, as she has quite a good survival instinct. Unfortunately, you can only run for so long, so you'll have to keep your eyes peeled as your stamina lowers, and you're dashing and vaulting for your life. Find a hiding spot and pray you don't get found. What?
So, this sounds like a pretty cool concept. Okay. You also have to understand, developers, don't take this the wrong way. I am not a fan of horror games.
Neither one of us are. We're very easily scared people.
If I have played, of my Let's Playing history, I have played 2 horror games. I played Clock Tower, and I played Five Nights at Freddy's. I played Five Nights at Freddy's for approximately 3 episodes and stopped that. And there are a lot of people that say that my Clock Tower playthrough was one of the best that I've ever done. Mainly because I am a bitch. And Clock Tower was terrifying. At least for me, anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, when I can't see what's coming... Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah, looks cool, don't get me wrong. And for people who enjoy the whole... Looks cool. This will definitely be, I think, a cool game.
I like the pixeliness of it, but I know I'd be...
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bad enough when I can see
really
what's coming from me. Forget not being able to see what's coming at me.
All right.
Cool looking game, but I'll let you guys play.
I agree with Scott. All right, up next, Trash Can Be Treasure in City Builder Flotsam. All right, so putting an interesting spin on the pollution of plastics in the ocean, Flotsam takes those resources and puts them to good use. Building. Take on this gigantic ocean world and all the dangers that lurk within, maybe even befriend a seagull or two. You'll be put in charge of some inventive drifters, diving into wrecks and piles of trash to find salvageable pieces to create the city of your dreams. Stoves to cook meat, desalination stations, solar cells, beds. You need to survive in the brutal sea world, after all. If you're really savvy, you'll be able to rescue fellow drifters and have them live in your town. Extra laborers are your bread and butter in the city builder, after all. You'll also be able to upgrade your city to accommodate these extra miles by adding food trucks. Yum! Now, let's check out this trailer, because it sounds like something I would enjoy. I have a feeling Six would also enjoy this as well. It seems like something that would be right up his alley.
And by the way, it's really not that difficult to produce seagulls. Just walk around the boardwalk with a pile.
Or any kind of food, literally any kind.
You'll
of
make
food.
you will, especially French fries. Oh, they know French. Trust me. We have a couple. I don't know where they come from, but like a local parking lot at a Walmart near us. It's like 15 minutes from our place. There we have parking lot seagulls. I have no idea where they come from. Nowhere near a body of water. But these seagulls are like, if you come out with like McDonald's fries to that parking lot, oh,
there's two specific ones, and we call one of them French and the other one Fry.
And it would make more sense if we were anywhere close to a body of water. So
it's safe to assume that almost every McDonald's probably has a few seagulls. Birds love fries, indeed. I like the idea of this. This looks interesting. I bet I'd be terrible at it. Oh, that's cool. You can actually sail around the sea with it? That's kind of awesome. Alright, so that was Flotsam. I'd give that a go. Oh, yeah, here we go. Up next, Dungeon Crawler Heckle Dungeon. Annoys its foes into giving up. Alright, so, hitting monsters is so mean. Why not just poke and bother them until they choose to leave you alone? Isn't that a much more peaceful option for an annoying fairy? Heckle Dungeon casts you as a pesky fairy to just... Oh god, you're Navi. A pesky fairy that really enjoys bothering people and creatures. Hearing that an artifact at the bottom of the dungeon can create the ultimate irritation, decided to make your way down so that you can really get on everyone's nerves. Your bothersome abilities will be tested along the way, though, as you agitate creature after creature in the widening depths.
I really want this. You have no idea how much of an amazing idea this is for me.
Scott instantly loves it.
Oh, dude, you know, this is going to be the best thing. It's going to be like the dragon encounters you. Fuck off, dragon, you scaly fucking piece of shit.
I assume that they give you options.
Shit. They probably do, but you know, it's just like... I love this concept. You have no idea. As soon as you said that you annoy people in a way, I'm just like, oh yes, please tell me more. I really want
a twisting,
this.
sprawling complex, meaning you're going to want to start mapping out your journey quickly. Oh Jesus, you have to map it out yourself too. Doesn't take long for the snarl of paths become a challenge to navigate, and the monsters you're bothering are more than happy to thump you. They're not as keen about just bugging you, considering how much you're getting on their nerves. You're not likely to last long once they decide to start hitting you. You can find some backup throughout Heckle Dungeons, stumbling across other wanderers who are just as happy to bug monsters as you are. Maybe you can raise a stink to make foes mad, or perhaps they have some other ability. Whatever tools you choose to use, it'll be a challenging trek to the dungeon's depths, but an entertaining one, as you annoy dust bunnies and other strange, easy-to-annoy horrors. Oh, Dad is back? Me?
Happy to hear that, man. 15 years for that pack of cigarettes, man. That's been a long time.
Alright, so yeah, at least we know that Scott wants to play the crap out of it. I would play this. I like the
oh, hell yes.
Actually, the color palettes that they chose are really nice. Very Game Boy, but like how they changed in Downwell and stuff.
Oh my god, that's so awesome. I love this idea. Heckle Dungeon. I'm gonna.
He's gonna write that one down. All right, up next. This is a weird game. Just from the sound of it. Table manners. Go on ridiculous dates with disembodied hands. Yeah. Alright, so you're a happening limb looking to meet someone new in table manners. Unfortunately, some goofy physics mean each date is probably going to end in silly disaster. Swipe right to pick who you'd be going out with that night, and from there it's on you to impress whoever you've asked out. As a lone hand, some goofy physics at work, though, it will be hard to be suave when pouring wine or applying a little heat to your creme brulee. You might just find yourself trying to put out a flaming table with that wine as your date looks on, unimpressed. Well, if they're on their phone, I'm pretty sure they're unimpressed right then and there. Burn their phone, yes! Anyways, these people are a bit too laid back, if you ask me. I can't trust someone who can just scroll through their phone while their table is on fire, right? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so we gotta check this out. Oh, you know I would be fantastic at playing this. I want to play this now.
Take them out. Light a candle. Light them on fire. Light the fish on fire.
Here, potato
Light the fire on fire.
Do you like lobster tail on a skewer? Take it in your face. There you go. Try to impress. Oh God!
You want some burger?
Wait, there's one where you're on a boat that sways back and forth. That's terrible. Oh my God! I want to play this. This would be so fun to stream. Oh, and then to get. Oh wow!
This is like Tinder meets Surgeon Simulator.
I want to do it. I want to play this game. Alright, up next we have the Trailer Tuesday. And usually we get to see some fun games here. So let's go through them one by one. First up, we have The Machine That Breathes. You're digging deep underground. Your task is to scan for seismic activity and send it back to the above. Unexpectedly, your contact to service cuts out and you're left digging for eternity. Eventually things go dark and you're running out of power. Is this where it ends? Let's see.
I like that intro picture there. That's pretty nice.
God damn it! I love this fucking show. Also, how's it going, Cooper? Coopter. So is this like an action game or an RPG? Is it a puzzle game? I mean, don't get me wrong.
Looks like action horror.
So
yeah, right.
Whoa. Please, sir, please. I need more. Oh,
I know,
that looks
right?
Interesting.
The Machine That Breathes. Huh?
All right. Next up, we have Eidolon. Welcome to Eidolon University. Explore the grounds while interacting with 8 NPCs, 6 romanceable. Learn to see. No. I do not play romantic visual novel dating sim things.
Dating sim.
All right. Infinity. Lose yourself in infinity, but never lose hope. As hope falls deeper into infinity, the real world begins to suffer from his absence. What is this? This looks like LSD Dream Emulator for PlayStation. Yep. Yep.
What the fuck is this fever dream?
Which one keeps going on? What?
What?
Oh, I don't want to see his taint.
What in the world? What the hell?
What? Yeah, this must be able to save people who made LSD Dream Emulator, because this looks crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I gotta stop. Sir, please. Sorry. Ooh, woven. Explore a woolen world where stuffed animals once lived in peace. Search for hidden secrets and customize your character with different animal shapes to solve puzzles.
You're not wrong, Jeremy. You're not wrong. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, Jeremy 2019.
So that's where you've been, Jeremy.
Just on a cocaine binge.
Yeah, I was gonna say, show us some more gameplay already.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like, yes, there's a world, but it doesn't look like there's much to do in it. That's what I'm more worried about right now. It's like, what kind of things can we do here? Like there doesn't seem like in Banjo-Kazooie, you can see, like, oh, over there is a puzzle piece, or whatever the fuck you collect. You know, that kind of stuff, so.
Yeah. Jiggies. Yeah, the intro didn't really give us much to work with there, did they? I mean, it looks interesting, but I would have liked a little bit more of
really
what I'm getting into. Oh, Blasphemous. Oh, this looks... Oh, if you haven't seen Blasphemous yet, oh, this game looks so good. Oh, I've seen Blasphemous. It looks... Oh, you're gonna love it, Stefan. Trust me.
No, just something else. Never mind. Anyways, Blasphemous, punishing action platformer that combines fast-paced, skilled combat with a hack-and-slash game with a deep, evocative narrative core, delivered through exploration of a huge universe comprised of non-linear levels.
This Blasphemous looks so good. I want to play this game.
Huh. Oh, yeah, oh! Oh! Have we not seen this before, Scott? Scott!
Not a wee thing.
Oh!
I told you, this game looks so good.
Is this going to be the pick of the week? Because this looks so... Wow.
It looks like a 2D Dark Souls. It's like that got like that dark gothic horror to it. It absolutely would be my pick of the week. Like absolutely.
That game looked fucking
it's like
awesome.
It's like, dude, did I not say? Like it would absolutely be my pick of everything.
Man. Oh,
and it's actually already on my
nice.
my Steam.
Well, we already seen Pilgrims, and we've already seen Narwhal. Huh. Project Hornwell, nice.
Yeah. All right.
Good job, Narwhal. Aqua Creep. Okay, here's a new game that we haven't seen yet. Experience paranoia like never before as you try to uncover which of your crew are human and which of them are something else. Tropical storm envelops the occupants of an isolated ocean research facility, trapping those within alongside a homicidal shapeshifter. Uh-oh. What? Okay, this is not what I was expecting for the graphics, actually. Whoa. Heavy cartoon stroke the look of it. That's a thick outline. Something. What the fuck? What the heck? I don't know how I feel about the art style.
Like, why does everybody?
Yeah, and not even that. Like it looks like it's like let's turn this from 480p to 1080 and make it all fuzzy looking. Like, I don't know, it was strange.
Yeah, I know, right?
Alright, so, Half Past Fate. Is this romantic narrative adventure game? No, sorry guys.
Yeah.
Lie in My Heart, an expressive game. After your child's mother ending her own life. Jesus! Same choices I made, would you feel the same regret? How would you support your child through a painful moment of life? Okay. I'm gonna look over it, because just usually that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, I'm not like a real big fan of narratives and stuff like that.
I don't know how I feel about the visuals.
That too.
Jesus.
Seems...
Alright, it's a little dark. Let's... Yeah,
it's a lot dark.
We're gonna go with something else called Love Esquire.
Yeah.
RPG of indirect heroism. As a squire, you're not really the hero of this story. Instead, you'll be providing support to your knight, indirectly saving the day, maybe impressing a love interest or two. Content warning, adult type activities. Oh.
Uh-oh.
War's coming, you've only got a few months left to improve yourself and find someone to snuggle up with in Love Esquire. You won't survive those few months if you keep your knight in the fight, though. As a supporter, you can do things like taunt foes, cheer for your knight to raise their spirits, heal them if they're wounded, or loot bodies for useful things your knight can equip. If you mess with each battle in just the right ways, your knight will find success and renown. You'll sort of become known by proxy. It's one way to become famous-ish, I guess.
So it's like support character of the game.
Let's have a look.
That's new.
Yeah, exactly.
That's different.
You have a thick outline. You're the... What? What?
What the hell? Whoa, what the hell just happened?
Good! Oh, there's Scott's waifu material. Hell yeah, man. Get laid!
Yeah.
Whoa! Alright, so actually get love interests. You gobshite.
Results may vary. You gobshite.
I love the comedy behind this so far.
What the hell?
Again, I know this almost seems like one of those like dating sim type things, but I would still play that.
Awesome.
That actually looked pretty good.
That looks awesome.
Oh man. Alright, so another game I think that we'd like to end up playing at some point in time. That game, okay. Oh yeah, this is another different type of game. Assemble with Care. Tells stories through fixing things. Assemble with Care is a touching narrative puzzle game that has you learning how to repair many different objects while also learning about yourself and the people you meet. You are Maria, a young woman who has made her way across the world for a food festival. To make enough money to buy some lovely eats, you need to repair other people's belongings. This isn't a very challenging job for you, but there is much more than just repairing items within this game. Each chapter starts with a beautifully voiced bit of story that tells you about how a character has come to this place or met this person. Then, you are given an item that means something to them, which you can repair by replacing parts, gluing things, or putting your trusty screwdriver to good use. Every object is laid out carefully, screws kept in a little bowl, and as you do your work, it's almost mindless replacing cogs and putting together circuit boards. Sometimes a few more issues pop up the moment you think you're done. Often the owner of the object will talk to you, asking if the item can be fixed, or talking about how important it is. The owners of these objects, one working in a cafe, another a mayor of the town, one a small child, and more, all have their own lives and stories. So let's have a look at this. It's a short trailer, but we can watch this. You can take a look. It feels like it's also the 80s.
Hey, I can fix that that tape there. I know how to fix those. You take a little pencil and you go. Wee.
Oh wow! Whoa. Okay. Oh, and I guess you get people's pictures. Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh, yeah, see what I tell you. See, I told you. You used the pencil. That's exactly what I said.
Gotta love it.
Oh, that's funny as hell that actually
That's pretty
came
cool.
up.
Some of this is actually kind of interesting. Alright, so assemble with care. That doesn't look like a bad game at all, actually. It looks very interesting. I can see that where it could go, at least, so.
I'm not using that, Steve. I'm not using that ever.
Oh, God. Alright, we're going to move on to some of the most fun parts that can happen, which is the Kickstarters. We're starting off this week with one I just found at the last minute before we started, which is called Fallen Angel, a pixel art hack and slash RPG.
You've got me.
Fallen Angel is a 2D pixel art hack and slash RPG. Take the role of Lucifer in a quest to regain paradise. Alright. So, as we said before, we're going to pause the music.
You had
We're going to actually listen to the music in the games.
The mind is its own
Alright,
place,
let's
and in itself can create a heaven of hell.
This is made by some dude in Philadelphia, by the way.
A hell of heaven.
Let's see if that was just a moment. This looks awesome, by the way.
Following an unwise heretic like you to hell. That's servitude.
God makes no mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So they are looking for 26,409. They're currently at 6,470. 24 days to go. Oh God, how am I going to pronounce that? Matryoshka games. Matryoshka games. By Hunter Wu. Well, the game looks awesome. And
I have no idea. That's just as close as I'm going to get it.
$12 US or $16 Canadian for the game. That is not bad.
$12. That's pretty good.
The game looks
So-
awesome.
Yes, it does.
I'm just wondering if like different if it's a twin stick, can like does the one stick like depending on which direction you're doing using do a different type of move or not, or
Maybe, I don't know.
there's so many different things you could do here.
But it does
looks
look
great.
really. Yes, it does. For $12, man, that's worth it. That's worth supporting.
Oh God, yes.
And he's a local guy, man. He's from Philly, so he's not from that far away from where I live.
Oh, look at this.
There you go.
Climbing over the cliffs. Yeah, no, this looks gorgeous. Yeah, good art style. Really loving it. Oh yeah, look at this. Holy shit. Are those bosses, or is that the people who are making the game? Because those guys are crazy. Oh, it is boss concepts. Wow. Alright. And wow, they're not overdoing it either. Look at this. The highest tier they have is $69.
It looks like Matryoshka. It's like 2 different words, or Matryoshka. There you go, Matryoshka.
Okay.
There you go.
Looks frigging awesome.
Yes, it does. Looks great.
Oh, so our next Kickstarter is actually a game we've mentioned one time before on the podcast. Naima's Melody, a 2D action adventure. Save the world from being consumed by darkness in this 2D action adventure game, inspired by retro classics.
Like Zelda. Just saying.
Yep. It still has its own little bit of charm as well.
Oh, sure.
Oh, when things die, a little like puff of cartoon
No,
smoke.
maybe not.
Maybe
Maybe it's just letter.
That's nice.
I love half the time though when they're like inspired by retro games. Like 95% of the time they're talking about Zelda. They just don't want to say it.
I like
That's
this,
not,
actually.
but
This
that's
looks
not a
pretty
bad
good.
thing. That's,
No, God,
that's,
no.
That's not a bad thing at all.
But this still looks like it has its own things to it as well.
Yes, it does.
So it's nice.
Kind of gives me like a vibe like East, like Zelda and East together.
Yeah.
And trust me, I love the East series, so that's definitely a good thing to compare it against.
It looks nice.
It looks very good.
Alright. So yeah, they are looking for 36,313. They're currently sitting at 4,000 with 25 days to go. They are from Colombia. Is that Maryland? MD?
All right.
You're from the States, you know what MD is?
MB.
MD.
Oh, MD is Maryland.
Okay, so I was right, okay. Alright, so Jump Game Studio. They are looking for $20 Canadian, $15 US for a copy of the game and the name and the
That's
credits.
not terrible.
That's not
pretty
bad
good.
at all. No.
Looks nice too.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks very
smooth.
nice.
The horse animation is really nice. And like I said, it's far enough away from Zelda that yes, there is some stuff that's like it, but it's still
Of
got
course,
its own
yeah.
type of...
Well, it's not going to be
Yeah,
like
so-
the comparison you make to any games that are
Yeah.
Zelda. Well, like I'm saying, like the art style really strikes me looking more like the East Saga, which for me is like a huge plus.
Yeah. For some reason, it also puts me in mind a little bit of Secret of Evermore a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that too. Absolutely.
Alright. Wow, they included a lot of different stuff in the game just to show you what they're doing in there. Look at that. There's also different kinds of bosses and stuff. Alright, that looks pretty awesome. Again, we're going to keep an eye on that one as well. A lot of these are going to be great Kickstarters again this week. So, here's one for anyone who's a 90s shooter fan. Outstation, a space combat adventure inspired by Firefly, 90s shooters, and Escape Velocity. Made by a former AAA dev. They're looking for $15,845. They're currently at $937 with 24 days to go. And they're from Gulf Breeze, Florida. Immediately with the Western sound of music. Still got Scotto. Still got Scotto.
Hope so.
Yep, I just tested to make sure.
Looks pretty cool.
Oh, wait until... There you go. Here we go. And this is why I wanted to include this one in the Kickstarters this week, because it actually looks like it's a pretty good shoot 'em up.
Space shooters, like outside of like the freeform space shooters like these, really aren't my thing. But I definitely see the merit in that. It's like I've always been bad at like those sort of controlled space shooters like that. Like, you know, I like my 2D top down where I can,
Oh yeah.
I already know up, down, left, right are going to go in those directions. I've been terrible at those sort of games. So, but visually, it does look really nice. So,
this is by Darkstone Digital.
Okay.
All right, they are currently looking for $14 Canadian, $10 US for a copy of the game.
Oh,
that
$10
is
is pretty
not
good.
bad at all. That is a lot
That's
lower than I
pretty
thought,
good.
actually. Yeah, it looks good. I like the bright colors that you're using in it against the dark, space black background kind of thing. So
Right. I do like, I do like the background visual. They do look
oh
pretty
yeah,
nice.
the background visuals are fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my god. See, bullet hell stuff. I can't do it. I can't. I'd be so terrible. I do like the customization of the ships too. That looks really awesome.
Yes.
That's a very nice thing to have in any kind of shooter type game, I think. In my opinion, I like the customization. So, all right, we're going to go to our next Kickstarter, which is Beyond the Underworld, a surreal journey-style game. They just made their goal. They're only looking for 1,584. Currently at 1955.
Congratulations.
They are from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Yeah.
I see you.
Peacock Games. Oh yes, this is the walking type game. But I like the visuals in this. That's why I'm including this one, because it actually looks like it would be an okay game to play. Now again, I can only see myself playing this maybe once. So and again, because that's all I would play one of these types of games for. I mean, someone else might be able to find, more playability in it than myself, so. Just where I want to take a salad. But yeah, I like their use of visual effects in this game is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And again, they weren't looking for a ton of money for this game to be kickstarted, so good on them. They're basically just showcasing their talent, which is good. This is a great way of doing it. I mean, if you're this good at lighting effects and stuff, as well as obviously being able to program a workable, working good game, then why not?
Right. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a fantastic looking game. For again, for just being a walking, game.
Right, yeah.
Because it doesn't look like there's any puzzle aspects or anything like that. It's literally you're just walking, which again, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Sometimes it's about the journey.
Indeed. I'm always about the journey. God damn. Alright, so they're looking for $20 Canadian, $15 US for a copy of the game. That's a little higher than I expected, actually. For what they were looking for to kickstart the game, that's a lot lower than I expected. Plant life of each set. Oh, so you can actually... I don't know, can you do anything with the plant life and stuff, though?
I don't know.
Whoa. Version of the afterlife. Okay. Alright, we're going to move on to our next one, which is Metal Mind, a roguelite game about robot battle. A roguelite game that players control a mecha assembled from different equipment parts for PC. They're looking for 13,300. They're sitting at 622 with 26 days to go. They're from Shanghai, China. I love the pixel art in this game. And the layering, I thought it looked fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Looks pretty cool.
I would like to see this person do a action indie game. I think that's not a. What would you? Again, I know it's it's probably not a twin stick shooter, but you know what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
almost, well, it's a roguelike. So I'd like to see this person do a full platforming game with some decent story to it or something, and that would be, I think they could do well, because they do good pixel art. Really good pixel art.
Genji.
I'm also not a huge fan of the soundtrack so far either, but again, the visuals make up for a lot of it as well. So well done, pixel art in this. Jesus. Whoa! Okay, now this is kind of interesting. I wanted to see the boss stuff. Again, it's a top-down shooter, but whoa, okay. Oh, boom! Your head explode. Yeah, look. Oh, I want to see some more of the cinematics now. It's just done so well, man.
Yeah, right? This looks really cool.
Jesus.
Oh, bullets everywhere! Damn.
Alright, so again from Shanghai, China, World Galaxy. Jesus. So for $15 you can get Steam Key upon early access.
Not bad.
Okay, I'm just making sure it's not just for early access only, and then you get, you know, a different price for when it does release or something. So, but no, if again, I'm not into mech games a lot myself, but
Yeah, me either.
from what I can see from the pixel art this person's done, Jesus, man, like they definitely have the ability to make, you know, something fucking fantastic. Jesus.
Looks real good.
Alright, our next one. Ooh, we just got some more money. The next one is Below the Stone, a roguelite indie game about dwarves. A roguelite where dwarves explore and mine the massive procedurally generated depths below the stone. This is another developer from Philadelphia. Stroll Art Studios. And what do I feel like someone was telling me about their game that, about dwarves or something? I'm sure it'll come up to me sometime again. But anyways, they are looking for $13,204. They're currently sitting at $4,015. 29 days to go. Let's have a look at their trailer here. Bedant down. Okay. It's another top down. Well, again, that's the whole roguelite.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some more roguelike
Yeah.
indie games, but these, again, none of the Kickstarters have disappointed so far. They've all been fucking amazing. As usual. Oh, I turned to the right spot. Jesus. Oh, God. This is 2D Minecraft. That's kind of cool. Looks like they might have a different type of concept of this game, actually, than I expected. Instead of being rooms, you're literally just digging through to find new biomes and places to go. And trying not to die.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Okay. That's always good, too. That's something you can pretty much guarantee. If you're gonna make a game, and the more crap that you put in there that we can like fucking have to look for and work for, it's guaranteed that we're gonna nerd out and fucking love it anyways. I have a specific friend who enjoys leveling up in RPGs. Can't understand that, but I mean, hey, to each your own, right?
Right.
So yeah, Stroll Art Studios. Let's see how much they're looking for a copy. Oh, let's see. Name credits back on Discord. Thank you from developers. The early bird is not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is the adventure begins. A copy of Below the Stone goes for $26, 19 US.
It's not awful.
It's not fantastic for this sort of game. I think that's a little high.
Yeah, I would have preferred a little lower on that. Like 15, I think would have been.
Yeah, 19 is a little high. 19 Canadian probably would have been a little bit more.
Yeah, that's kind of this probably roughly about 15 American.
Yeah, and that would have been fun. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, again, they did add a lot to the game, and it doesn't look like it's a bad game either. So.
Oh no.
All right. Well, we're gonna get to our last game. Oh, they're still climbing. Demons of Asteborg for the Sega Mega Drive, Sega Genesis system.
Really?
A new platform-based game. They're looking for $51,001. They're currently sitting at $34,255. 11 days to go. Let's see if we can help get them there. They are from Manosque, France. They are Neofid Technology. Let's have a look at this. I'm smiling. Just because, one, they're releasing it for Mega Drive.
Hello.
What the fuck? Hey, Peter. Alright.
Okay.
What do you think of it so far, Scott?
Okay.
So, remember we were talking about the pick of the week? Whoa, wait, what?
Well,
I like the Harrier part of this.
the Space
Harrier, yeah.
Pretty neat.
Jesus. I would say this is a close second for a pick of the week right now.
Yeah,
but this is
absolutely. Blasphemy's definitely still taking my first, but this is going to be an absolute second. That's pretty cool, man. And you get the box. And you got the box. Damn.
Oh, what's that? I don't know. Oh, a little bit of trickster stuff at the end. All right. So first and foremost, you're putting it out for the Sega Genesis. My God, thank you.
Now, the real question. Oh, it's coming up with a Switch too?
Uh-huh. And they're only asking $15 Canadian or 10 euros
For the Switch version?
for the copy of Switch or Steam.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but the question is, what are they asking for the Genesis or the Master System version?
Well, for the ROM file, they're looking for $22 Canadian or $15, 15 euros.
Okay.
Which I can understand. Because I know it's a ROM, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh,
yeah,
but
yeah.
at the same time, it's like, yeah, but you can get this ROM, put it onto a card if you really wanted to. Now, can you actually get an actual cartridge only? Oh, $59 Canadian for you. Oh, cartridge and ROM. Oh, no. I want box with manual. Yes, $88. Oh, that's expensive, but still.
Yeah, that's a little expensive, but
It looks like, one, it's an awesome game, and two,
Yes.
from what I can see, the box art for
we're
it
getting a
looks
new
good.
in-box Genesis game, man. That might be worth those couple dollars. What? You ever have a cat stare at you and you just not know why? Yeah, there you go, man. There you go.
I mean, you know,
Little Medusa.
Mad Cat Studios, they do them for a little bit cheaper, but hey, I can understand.
Yeah.
It looks like a fantastic game.
Yep.
Holy shit!
I'm definitely interested. $10 for the Switch. I'm sold.
Is that what it's? Oh yeah, for all €10 or 15 Canadian. So yeah, about $10 for you guys as well.
Yep.
Damn. All right, and that is it for this week, everybody. That is all the games we have, all the Kickstarters.
Definitely had some really good titles this week, so I'm definitely very happy with the podcast this week.
Like, when's the last time we've had a podcast where, like, man, there wasn't really much to really...
I know, right?
Like,
this week we definitely had a lot. Definitely
so
just
good games.
so much good stuff. Thanks for coming by, everybody who did come by this week. We appreciate you guys, sticking around and helping us out with the technical snafu we may be having. But
and also, I have a disclaimer that I'm going to put up here right now and let anyone who may be listening. I know it's at the end. I wish I put it at the start of the podcast, but we had a little bit of a situation happen on Twitter where some person thought that because I didn't like a game and because I said it was a top-down twin-stick shooter that, wasn't that great or whatever. That's me personally. It's not a game I would play. That doesn't mean other viewers won't play that game, that other viewers won't like that game. By the way, it's actually an arena game. But anyways, regardless, if the game wasn't good, it wouldn't be on the podcast, plain and simple.
Correct.
There have been times that, yes, we've loaded up games and looked at them and said, my God, why are we looking at this? But for the most part, most games that are put onto the podcast are put there for a reason. And even there's times when we both don't like it, that doesn't mean, like I said, other people watching or listening aren't going to like it. So, if you can't appreciate that, I apologize. But, it is what it is. And if I say it's a game I don't think I would play, I'm going to say that straight up. So, all right. This week, we are going to... I see something we can host up. Let's host up Lookin' Toad. He is currently playing some Mega Man 4. So, it looks like he's doing some kind of individual screen investigation. I don't know what that is. Probably something to do with speedrunning, if I was to guess. He speedruns Mega Man 4 quite a bit, so... I'm going to throw you guys over there. Have yourselves a good evening. Have yourselves a good week. And we will see you next Sunday for another Retro Indie Pixels podcast.
Have a good one.
Indeed. Bye-bye.